Yo, what's going on guys? HyperX here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak, and today I want to talk about the Greatsword this time. The Greatsword is fantastic. In fact, all the weapons in Sunbreak are hella cool. They have done a fantastic job of making them feel meaty, but the Greatsword is one that got a dramatic shift because it got some fantastic new moves that not only give you some great damage potential, but also kind of fundamentally change the way that you can choose to use this weapon. So today, I want to talk about our Greatsword impressions from our time playing. So if you guys do enjoy this, a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think of this. Let me know if you have dabbled in the Greatsword ways, what do you think of it, how do you like it, and what stands out to you. But to begin with, let's talk about this. So the Greatsword, as you all know, has for the longest time been a pretty slow and methodical heavy-hitting weapon. It used to be pretty basic. It was just work out where you need to be positioned, hit the monster in the head with it, try and do some good damage. But of course, in more recent years, it garnered more popularity due to a few new moves. True Charge Slash being one of them. This was super strong, and of course it looked hella badass, plus led to some of the most powerful hits possible with this weapon. Greatsword, of course, is also now more forgiving and less committal, thanks to the addition of things like Shoulder Charge and Strong Arm Stance, and of course now we have Adamant Slash and Rage Slash that allow for much more Unga Bunga playstyles, where you can basically just throw yourself at the monsters. So while it's definitely still a weapon that you want to, learn the monster move patterns and still be in the right place at the right time, it is definitely a lot more forgiving. However, Sunbreak added in 3 dope new skills: Surge Slash Combo, Strong Arm Stance, and Backslide. All of which, or at least most of which, are really worth using. I'm sure a lot of you guys are already testing these out, but if you have not used them, if you're sleeping on some of these, then you need to check this out. First one, of course, is Surge Slash Combo. In fact, this is so good that we did a dedicated video on this very topic, so if you want to know much more detail about Surge Slash Combo, because of course in this video I'm going to go ahead and talk about it surface level, but if you want to know all the different nuances, all the different combo permutations, you definitely want to check out the video that we'll link down below. But to begin with, this was super exciting, probably the most excited I was for Greatsword outside, of course, of the Strong Arm Stance, which is just hella potent, simply because this just affords you a very different way to play Greatsword that we've never experienced before. The first Charge Slash on your regular Greatsword combo is replaced with the Surge Slash combo, and it's a fast 3-hit combo which then leads into the Strong Charge Slash, the second charge of your regular Greatsword combo string. What's cool though is that this combo has 3 unique strings, and depending on the one you use, will heavily influence the performance of the move. You have one that is a fast hitting move, so of course this does now mean that things like Elemental Greatsword is definitely viable. Sure, it's not as fast as Dual Blades or anything like that, but for a big ass weapon that you are wielding, like this thing is huge, you're definitely moving this with some pace. You also have a second combo which of course swings wide and also has the nice hidden effect that you can stun with this thing. It has a nice stun worked into the second hit. In addition to that, it also has some super armor rolled into the third hit, so very nice. And the third one, of course, is just a heavy hitting, high striking attack, so definitely very good for both high damage and also attacking upwards. In addition to this, because you can interweave these in basically any permutation, this gives you 27 different combo strings, so suddenly Greatsword just becomes hella versatile. But honestly, this is just really fun. Like, it's one of the ones where if you are sort of, talking about raw damage numbers and you are trying to go for the single strongest hit, sure, you're not going to be using Surge Slash Combo. But honestly, when you factor in that monsters do move pretty fast in Sunbreak, they of course, some of them hit pretty hard, some of them have faster animations, much less sort of cooldown time, then having an option with a normally slow hitting weapon to move around with pace and of course attack slightly quicker, albeit with a sacrifice of damage, is definitely very nice. However, of course, you then have the Strong Arm Stance. This move is ridiculous. One of the coolest additions for Greatsword in the past was the Shoulder Tackle. It made Greatsword far more forgiving and also gave us faster routes to the high damage hit, the True Charge Slash. And now Strong Arm Stance is basically that, only it got even easier. You basically just firm a hit whilst charging, and you then punish with a meaty counter. It is so crazy. It buffs True Charge Slash. It feels hella cool when you land it. The sound effect for this thing is chef's kiss. This thing is just so satisfying to land, and of course the follow-up damage is well worth it. You do of course then have the Backslide. This one's a little bit unassuming, but when you think about it, what is one of Greatsword's biggest weaknesses? It's slow, a little cumbersome, and you can't really move around that quickly with this weapon. Sure, you have shoulder tackles, you have rolls, you have Power Sheath to help getting out of the way of danger, but Backslide rewards the players by leading them into the next Greatsword charge or allowing them to continue their placement in the Surge Slash combo. It allows for a more aggressive and reactive playstyle, which allows Greatsword wielders to always be in the action, which is actually really nice. Again, it does of course move you away, so you do need to get used to the movement pattern for this thing, and while when of course stacked up against things like strong arm stance or the surge slash combo, it might not be super flashy, but this thing definitely is versatile, so it's definitely something you don't want to sleep on. But all in all, this thing is just hella cool. Greatsword is incredibly satisfying to use. I mean, it's always been a fun weapon, especially when you can land those really big hits. They just feel good, and of course they do massive damage, but now you have so many more options, and honestly I feel like it's a good chance to pick it up if you have maybe shied away from this weapon in the past because maybe you thought it was too slow, too cumbersome, but now you have options for speed, so definitely give it a try. But anyway, that's pretty much it for the time being. That is our thoughts on Greatsword. How are you guys finding it? Are you using some of the new moves? And if you found any additional tips that you think your fellow Greatsword hunters should know about, definitely let us know. But for the time being, that's it. If you guys missed some of our recent videos, be sure to check out one of these ones and keep it locked for plenty more.